How you guys doing today? Today I want to talk about a credit report versus a credit score. So stay tuned. My name is Jay, and welcome to Ask a Debt Collector, a subsidiary of Clear and Strategic. Now, I've been in the debt collection industry for over 15 years. I've done it all, from management to owning 2 debt collection companies. Over the last 10 years, I've been the go-to guy for friends and family for questions regarding debt and credit. Now I want to be that person for you. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. Let's go. One of the things that I am realizing in this business, ultimately my motto is there are no dumb questions. Sometimes we as experts in our field sometimes sort of kind of think that the common sense things everyone understands. And not that necessarily this topic is a common sense thing, because the reality is it's something that you're not taught in school. So the reality of this is you're not going to understand. And so I've had a few clients ask me, what the difference is, what is it, what transpires with regards to those two things, a credit report versus a credit score. So I wanted to shed some light on that information. Before we get into that, I'm very close to 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm about 10 subscribers away as of right now. Obviously I need a lot more watch time hours, but it will be great to get you there. If you like the content, you're new to this channel, be sure to don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And for those of you who are subscribed, be sure to like this video and share it with your friends and family. So let's get into it. What is a credit report? By definition, it is a collection of information about your credit behavior, types of accounts you have, and when you make your payments. It's a collection of information. That is what is your credit report. So on your credit report, you'll get a collection of information about your credit behavior, whether good or bad. So the reality of this is it does not choose specific people. When you hit 18 or around that time, unless your credit is established early, which I do recommend you add your kids as authorized users on your credit cards as early as 13 years old with American Express. I believe some of the credit cards you could do it even earlier. By that time, once you hit that age, whether you have the knowledge or you don't, your credit behavior will be shown, whether you have no credit history or you have bad credit history. The report shows that. Now on your report, obviously you'll have installment loans and you'll have revolving loans. And depending on your behavior with those loans, whether you're having late payments or you pay on time, that is the just of your credit profile. The credit report, excuse me. Now, if you're trying to build your credit, you're in the 4s, the 5s, or 6s, and you're trying to get yourself to the 700 club and beyond, down below is a 20-minute free consultation. Opt in for that, sign up for that, and we can get you where you need to be. Now, let's get into what is your credit score. By definition, a credit score takes the information on your credit report to form a score, which gives lenders an idea of how likely you are to repay your debt. So the score ranges from 350 to 850, I believe. As far as the FICO score goes, 300s is being very low and very poor credit, all the way to 850, which is really good. Now, obviously, one of the things you want to understand when you're dealing with your credit score is the rule that you probably heard a lot of times is 35-30, 15-10-10. That represents your FICO score with regards to that. I will put down in the description the actual detail of that. Or you know what? I'm going to give you the detail of that. So let's get into it. 35 represents payment history. 35% of your FICO score is payment history. It's very important to understand that. You don't want to have late payments. You want to make sure you're paying on credit, on your installment and revolving accounts on time. 35% of that score represents that. 30% is amount owed, right? Your utilization on your credit cards. Very important that with the revolving accounts that you have, your utilization is at 30% or lower. My recommendation is 0%. Keep it at zero utilization. It saves you interest. And I found personally and with clients that I've had, by keeping a zero utilization on that statement due date, it has helped their FICO score. 5% versus 0, the FICO score has gone up. 15% represents the length of credit history. Now, when you're first starting out with credit, it's not really much you can do to get larger length of history besides add an authorized user on an account. So you find somebody you trust, so that way you can get your length of credit history will be longer. So they'll add that into there. So you find somebody who has 5 years plus of credit history, that they make their payments on time. Make sure that their payment history, because that represents 35% of your score, is on top of everything, as well as their credit utilization. You want to make sure that that credit card utilization is down very, very low, 30% at max. And if you find someone in that aspect, you can add it, and then that 15%, which is your length of credit history, can be maximized in that aspect. Otherwise, if you don't know anyone, you're just going to have to get the credit cards that you have now, and you got to start making those payments. And as years progress, that'll work out with regards to you. The other 10% of that FICO score is your credit mix. What that means is they want to see what type of accounts you have. A lot of times they don't want to just see one. They want to see revolving accounts as well as installment accounts on your credit profile. When I say that, they want to see credit cards, which have balances, that's revolving. They want to see installments, which are like home loans, car loans, personal loans, etc. They want to see a mix of that. So that represents 10% of your FICO score. And the last 10% of that FICO score breaking down comes to new credit. How much new credit are you applying for? Obviously, you don't want to do too much, but nevertheless, they want to see that you're applying for new credit, right? You can't just have one credit card and expect to have an 800 FICO score. A lot of times they want to see new credit with credit mix, different credit. So 35, 30, 15, 10, 10 represents that FICO score, and that comes from your actual credit report. So looking and analyzing that credit report gives them the credit score. So that's the difference. Credit report deals with what's actually on your credit profile. The credit score deals with what was on that credit profile, how they came up with that number with the 35, 30, 15, 10, 10. And I explained all those things to you. Now, if you have any questions about credit or debt, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer them. Don't forget about the free letter bundle kit, absolutely for free in the description. You can get a free pay to delete, cease and desist, as well as a Goodwill letter. Opt in for that. You can get that absolutely for free to help you on your journey. And as I always state, you be great.